everyone, it's Mrs. Goddard, and I'm going to demonstrate today how to complete your yarn wrapped cardinal, the take and make bag that you picked up. In your bag, you're going to find a couple of craft items that you'll be using. A paper plate. This is for you to paint your cardinal on. A cutout of a cardinal. A glue stick, one black pipe cleaner, some red yarn, and a small bag that contains 2 red feathers, a googly eye, and a cutout beak and head of your cardinal that you are going to use when completing your craft. So everything in here is what you will be finding in your take and make bag. You might also need a pair of scissors from home, and some tape would be very helpful as well. So the first step that you're going to do is you're going to take your cardinal cutout, and you're going to use the small container of red paint that will also be in the bag, and you'll also be given a paintbrush, so that will be included in the bag as well. So I used my paper plate and my red paint that came, and I started painting this already so that you could kind of see what it will look like. Okay. And you'll paint both sides. I'm just doing one side now, but you will paint both sides when you work on your craft. Okay, so you'll use the paintbrush that's in your bag as well as the container of red paint. So mine is already dry. So when you paint yours, it might take a few minutes to dry. So you'll start it, you'll paint just basic red paint and some basic strokes. You'll leave it on your paper plate, you'll let it dry, and then you'll turn it over and you'll take your red paint that's in here, and you will just, with some basic strokes, paint it red and let it dry. So mine is already completed because I want to demonstrate how we're going to wrap the yarn. So you have a small bundle of red yarn. It's bundled with tape so that it would not get all knotted up in the bag. Okay, you're going to take your tape and you're going to take your yarn and a piece of tape, tape it to the back, and then you're simply going to take the yarn and just wrap it around the bird. Okay. Okay. So you're going to use your yarn and just keep on wrapping until you cover the entire bird. So this could take a couple of minutes. I'm just going to keep going and you can watch it. Okay? So you just keep wrapping your yarn around your bird until it is fully covered. So now remember, you're going to paint your cardinal cutout first with some red paint on both sides, but you're going to let it dry before you do this, okay? So my cardinal was already pre-painted and is dry. So you're going to paint one side, let it dry, and then paint another side and let it dry before you do this. Okay. going to keep wrapping our yarn around until our bird is fully covered. So now I'm heading towards the bird's tail, and I'm going to keep going. Till I get to the very end. Okay, sometimes you have to hold the yarn in place as you wrap. Okay, so I've come to the end, and I'm going to take my scissors that I have at home, and I'm going to snip off the yarn, and I'm going to use some tape to tape it in place. So my cardinal is painted with the red paint that's provided. Both sides were painted and they were allowed to fully dry, and then I took my red yarn and I wrapped it completely. Okay, the next step is to get our feathers and our feet onto our cardinal. So you're going to take, this is a piece of black pipe cleaner, okay? It's going to be the cardinal's legs. We're going to fold it. So we have little bird legs. We're going to place it on the back, and we're going to tape it in place. Okay. So now our cardinal has its legs on. Our next step is we're going to make our cardinal's face. Okay. So you have two pieces of foam that are self-sticky on the back, okay? One is the cardinal's face, the other is the cardinal's beak, and then you have one sticky googly eye that will go on. Okay, so let's get our cardinal together here. Okay, we're just gonna stick on its face. Okay, next we're gonna stick on its beak here, and we're going to peel off the googly eye that we have here, and that's also sticky. Okay, let's get this off of here. And we're going to stick the eye on the black part. Okay, so our cardinal now has legs, it's got a beak, it's got eyes, it's got a face, and now we just need some feathers. Okay. So, I have two red feathers. Those will be in your bag. I'm going to take one on the back. I'm going to use some tape, and I'm going to tape it on. Okay. And then I'm going to take a smaller feather. Okay. And I'm going to use some tape. Tape our smaller. Okay. All right. So, our cardinal has two feathers, a beak, a face, okay? And this is what your finalized project should look like, okay? So yarn wrapped cardinal craft. All of the materials you need are in it with the exception of some tape from home and a pair of scissors. So I hope you enjoy making this.